Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome back to the 2001 season replay here in Payoff Pitch Baseball. We're at Shea Stadium in New York City as the Atlanta Braves are playing the New York Mets. And Philip Reynolds is first to join us here at Shea Stadium. When these two teams get together, there's always fireworks. And let's light the fuse on this one. We aren't going to waste any time. Fans here at Shea are filing in. We're expecting a sellout. So let's jump right into the fray. Starting pitcher for the New York Mets tonight is righty Kevin Appier. 11-10 with a 3.57 ERA. 206 and 2/3 innings pitched. 181 hits. 22 homers. 64 walks. And 172 strikeouts in 2001. Let's take a look at the Braves lineup that Appier is going to have to face. Rafael Furcal is at shortstop. Quilivo Veras is at second base. Chipper Jones is at third base. Brian Jordan is in right field. BJ Surhoff is in left field. Andrew Jones is in center field. Javi Lopez is catching. Rico Brogna is at first base. And the other half of the Battle of the Kevins tonight, Kevin Millwood, is hitting off a pitcher hitting card number 3. And we appear to have at least, RJL's team. Yeah, I know RJL's a huge Mets fan. He's probably not happy with the Mets on my channel either. They have won a little bit in the playoffs. They won the 1991 wild card game in Payoff Pitch, but haven't done anything since. They actually had the second 1985 wild card game snatched away from them as the Montreal Expos won the second 1985 National League wild card game. But we are not here for ancient history. Let's go back to 2001. Leading off for the Braves is Rafael Furcal. 2 homers, 18 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. We are using blue, orange, and white dice tonight. Mets are the home team. Fans here at Shea Stadium are loud. And they're probably going to be loud for most of this game. Appier will get the sign from Mike Piazza. Can the Braves come in here and do a little bit of damage early in the season, or will the Mets hold serve? Only the dice know for sure, and in order to find out, we have to go to the first pitch, so here we go. We will get started off with an 8. That will be a tough 59, and Furcal is going to ground that over to third. Getting to that one is going to be Robin Ventura. He will make the play over to first with no trouble. 1 out, and we are underway here at Shea Stadium. Quilivo Veras is now the batter. 2 homers, 20 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. Appier will get the sign from Piazza once again. He will set, and he will pitch. 10 is going to be a patient 9, and Veras will be plenty patient to work a 1-out walk out of the at-bat. Infield will go to double play depth as Chipper Jones is now the batter. 30 home runs, 61 walks against right-handed pitching. Appier needs to be careful with Jones. A mistake is probably headed to the moon. Appier will get the sign from Piazza. He will set, and he will pitch. 5, that is a tough 81. And a tough 81 is going to be a fly ball into center field. Coming under that for the Mets will be Jay Payton. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. Or not, that won't retire the side. 2 outs in the inning. Here's Brian Jordan. 17 homers, 21 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. Appier will get the sign from Piazza once again. He will set, and he will pitch. 10 is going to be a patient 58. He's not quite that patient. That'll be grounded over to third. Ventura, once again, getting to that one. He'll make the throw across the diamond over to first. That will retire the side. Nothing across except the walk for the Braves. Score is now Atlanta 0. New York coming to bat. Starting pitcher for the Atlanta Braves, like I said, the Battle of Kevins tonight, Kevin Millwood. 7-7 with a 4.31 ERA. 121 innings pitched, as many hits, 20 homers, 40 walks, and 84 strikeouts in 2001. As the Braves get loose in the infield, let's take our first look at the Mets' starting lineup tonight. Leading off, we've got Darryl Hamilton in left field. Edgardo Alfonzo is at second base. Robin Ventura is at third base. We've called his name a couple times already tonight. Mike Piazza is behind the plate catching. Todd Zeil's at first base. Jay Payton's in center field. Tsuyoshi Shinjo is in right field. I probably butchered the pronunciation there. Ray Ordonez is at shortstop. And Kevin Apier is hitting off of pitcher hitting card number 3. Leading off is Darryl Hamilton. No homers, 13 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. And once again, I will see you guys in chat for the for the top of the second. Come here, Dice. Millwood will get the sign from Lopez. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's Millwood's first pitch. Boxcars, that's going to be a defense check for the Braves. Let's see who we're checking on. We're looking at an error on the catcher. Lopez's error rating is a 2. Uh-oh. This could be trouble for Lopez. That's a 38, and he is going to make an error on the play. That will be a ground ball and an advance. So Hamilton will be on the E2. Not the way you want to start this game. Infield will go to double play depth on the E2. And here's Edgardo Alfonzo. 15 homers, 43 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. Hamilton is a B3 to steal. I believe that is a... Oh no, that's a very good chance. So let's look at the get a jump chart. Hamilton is a steal of 4 against Millwood's hold of 6. Is a jump of 4 against a hold of 6, right? No, hold of 7. I don't think they're going to have him steal this early in the game. Alfonso's got decent power. They're going to let Alfonso swing away. Millwood will get the sign from Lopez. He will set, and he will pitch. 7 is going to be a tough 25, and that's going to be a called strike 3 on Alfonso. He will retire on strikes. 1 out in the inning. And here's the aforementioned Robin Ventura. 19 homers, 60 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. Millwood will get the sign from Lopez once again. He will set, here's the kick, and here comes the pitch. 6, that is a tough 95, and that'll be a fly ball into right field. Coming under that one is going to be Jordan. He will make the catch, 2 outs in the inning. And Mike Piazza now in the batter's box. 28 homers, 29 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. Millwood looking for a nice easy inning here. He will get the sign from Lopez, and he will pitch. 6 is going to be a tough 25, and that's a called strike 3 on Piazza. He will retire on strikes, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except for the error for the Mets, and I think this is a first in the replay. After 1, we have no score here at Shea Stadium. We have usually had some first inning fireworks, but not tonight, which I don't mind that in the slightest. Top of the second brings us to the middle of the Braves order. Here's B.J. Suroff. 10 homers, 26 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. Apier will get the sign from Piazza. He will set, here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. 9, that's a ballpark check. 44 for a lefty is in play. And a 57 is going to be way too high to do anything with it. That'll be grounded over to third. Once again, Ventura already been busy tonight. He will make the throw across the horn for out number 1. And here's Andrew Jones. 29 homers, 46 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. Apier will get the sign from Piazza. He will set, and he will pitch. 6 is going to be a tough 94. That'll be way too high to do anything with it, except lifted into left field. Coming under that with no trouble will be Hamilton. He'll slow down easily, make the catch. 2 down in the inning. Javi Lopez, now in the batter's box. 12 homers, 16 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. Apier will get the sign from Piazza, and he will deal. 6 is going to be a tough 41, and called strike 3 on Lopez. That will retire the side easily. 1, 2, 3 go the Braves here in the top of the second. Still no score at Shea as we head into the bottom of the second. Bottom of the second, bringing up the middle of the Mets order, Todd Zeile taking his first turn at the plate. 5 homers, 55 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. Hopefully you guys are enjoying a little Friday night baseball here on the channel tonight. As Millwood looks into Lopez for the sign, he will set, and here comes the pitch. 5, oh boy, that's wheelhouse 13, and Zeile's going to get a hold of one. That'll get into the gap. And that's going to be a leadoff double for the Mets. And here's Jay Payton. 6 homers, 13 walks against right-handed pitching. Zeile an ace steal. Ooh, could they send him here? He's an A3. That's an excellent chance to steal. Do they want to try to send him here? They're not going to worry about that right now. A decent contact probably brings him in anyway. Millwood will look in at Lopez for the sign. Fans here at Shea Stadium and in section 518, all on their feet. Millwood will set, and he will pitch. 9 is going to be an in-play 98, and that'll be a fly ball into right field, into left field, actually. Getting under that one is going to be Surhoff. He will make the catch for out number 1. Zeile will stay put. But if the run rate, yeah, he's going to stay put. Yeah. 1 down in the inning, and here's Tsuyoshi Shinjo. 9 homers, 17 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. Admittedly, my Japanese is close to 20 years old, so I'm probably making a mess of his first name. Shinjo I can get pretty easily, though. Millwood will get the sign from Lopez. He will set, and he will pitch. 7 is going to be a tough 41, and that's a called strike 3 on Shinjo as he's trying to get Zeile home, but that'll be 2 down in the inning. Also the third strikeout for Millwood tonight. 2 down, and Ray Ordonez now the batter. 2 homers, 12 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. Millwood trying to work around a leadoff double. He will get the sign from Lopez. He will set, and he will pitch. 8. That'll be a patient 65, and he's not that patient. That's going to be a grounder over to second. Veras will get to that one. He'll take his time, make the throw over to first, and that will retire the side. Stadium and section 518 groan. Ugh. A leadoff double by the Mets goes to waste, and we are still scoreless here at Shea after 2. And this is already the longest we've been scoreless in this replay. Okay. Top of the third brings us to the bottom of the Braves order. Here's Rico Brogna. 2 homers, 10 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. Fairly fast-moving game, I would say, tonight. Apier looking into Piazza for the sign. He will set, and he will pitch. 6 is going to be a tough 55, and called strike 3 on Brogna. He will retire on strikes, 1 down in the inning. That is just the second strikeout by Apier tonight. 1 down, and the batter here is Kevin Millwood. No individual pitcher batting stats on the pitcher hitting cards. Apier will get the sign from Piazza. He will set, here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. 6 will be a tough 17, and Millwood's going to swing through the high heat for strike 3, almost like he was going through the motions there. 2 down in the inning. 2 outs brings Furcal to the batter's box. Furcal tonight is 0 for 1. Apier looking for a nice easy inning. He will get the sign from Piazza. He will set, and he will pitch. 5 is going to be a tough 83, and it's a fly ball into center field. Coming under that for the Mets is going to be Peyton. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Braves here in the top of the third. Still no score at Shea after 2.5. Bottom of the third brings us to the bottom of the Mets order. Here's Kevin Apier. Like when Millwood was at the plate, no individual batting stats for Kevin Apier. Millwood will now face his counterpart at the plate. Millwood will get the sign from Lopez. He will set, and he will pitch. 7 is going to be a tough 35, and just like Millwood, Apier is going to swing through something with a very bad swing. Strike 3, out number 1. Here's Hamilton. Hamilton reached on an error by Lopez. Millwood looking in at Lopez for the sign. He will set, and he will pitch. 5 is a wheelhouse check, but a 72 is way too high. That's going to be a fly ball into center field. Andrew Jones going back for that one. He'll be back toward the track, but he'll have enough room as he's slowing down to make that catch, and that will be out number 2. Here's Alfonso. Alfonso struck out his first time up. Millwood looking in at Lopez for the sign. He will set, here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 7 is going to be a tough 30, and a called strike 3 on Alfonso will end the inning for the Mets. 1, 2, 3 go the Mets here in the bottom of the third. And I'm shocked that after 3, we are still scoreless here at Shea Stadium with a pitcher's duel. I'm surprised we're scoreless here after the first 2 games of this replay. We've had a lot of chaos in these blocks. Top of the fourth, we'll bring Veras to the batter's box. Veras has had a walk his first time up tonight. Apier will get the sign from Piazza. He will set, and he will pitch. 8, that's going to be a tough 17, and that's going to be a swing and a miss by Veras as he will retire on strikes for out number 1. That is the 4th strikeout by Apier tonight. 1 out, and the batter now is Chipper Jones. Jones flew out to center field his first time up. Apier looking in at Piazza for the sign. He will set, here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. 7 is going to be an in-play 41, and that's popped up on the infield. Jones got under it badly. His counterpart Ventura will head into foul territory to make that catch. That will be out number 2. And here's Jordan. Jordan grounded out his first time up. Apier getting the sign from Piazza. He will set, and he will pitch. 4 is going to be a patient 50. Plunk. Ouch. Jordan gets hit by the pitch. Slider gets away from Apier, and here's Suroff. Suroff grounded out his first time up. Jordan taking a lead off first, but he's not going anywhere. Apier will get the sign from Piazza, and he will pitch. 5 is going to be a tough 85, and that's going to be grounded over to second. Driving that is going to be Alfonso. He will take that to the bag himself to get Jordan, and that will retire the side. The 2-out hit batter goes to nothing for the Braves, as we remain scoreless heading into the bottom of the 4th. Bottom of the 4th brings us to the heart of the Mets order. Here's Ventura. Ventura tonight flew out his first time up. He flew to right. Millwood looking in at Lopez for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. 8. That's going to be a patient 46, and Ventura is going to work a leadoff walk out of the at-bat. Infield will move to double play depth as the ever-dangerous Piazza now steps into the batter's box. Piazza struck out looking his first time up, though. Millwood in a little bit of trouble here. Ventura, not a threat to steal anything. He's going to stay put. Millwood will get the sign from Lopez. He will set, and he will pitch. 5 is going to be a wheelhouse 30, and Piazza gets into one to center field. Going back for that one is going to be Andrew Jones. He's back to the track, back to the wall, and that ball is gone with a boom! Home run, Mike Piazza. Mets take the lead. Mets strike... wrong thing. Mets strike first, 2-0 in favor of the Mets. Stadium in Section 518 cheer. Yay! Apier, gotta be mighty happy with that. Here's Zeal. Zeal tonight has a double. Millwood knows he's gotta have instant amnesia from that one. He will get the sign from Lopez. He will set, and he will pitch. 5 is a wheelhouse 71, and that's gonna be hit hard, but right at Veras. Veras will take his time, make the play over to first. 1 out in the inning. Excuse me. Here's Peyton. Peyton tonight flew to left his first time up. Millwood gets the sign from Lopez. Millwood maybe starting to lose it a little bit. Millwood will set, and he will pitch. 10, that's a ballpark check. Fortunately for Millwood, 84 is in play. A 26, however, is going to be a base hit for Peyton. I think I spoke a little too soon about it being a fortunate break for Millwood, but that could have been a lot worse. Actually, a 46 on it. Actually, what was that? A 24 on a wheelhouse. Woo. Maybe you should be glad it was a 24 on an in play, not on a wheelhouse. On a wheelhouse, that would have been a triple. Here's Shinjo. Shinjo tonight struck out looking his first time up. Peyton, not a threat to do anything on the base paths. He will hold. Shinjo is going to swing away. Millwood will get the sign from Lopez. He will set, and he will pitch. 5. Uh-oh, that's a wheelhouse 96. That's going to be a fly ball into left field. Under that one is Surhoff. He will make the catch without any trouble. 2 out in the inning. And here's Ordonez. Ordonez is 0 for 1 tonight. Millwood looking in at Lopez for the sign. He will set and he will pitch. Excuse me. 8 is a patient 62. He's not that patient against a righty. That's going to be a fly ball into right field. Jordan moving under that one. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. But the Mets strike first here in the bottom of the second. 2 runs on 2 hits and a walk. A 2-run bomb by Mike Piazza. It is 2-0 New York after 4. Thankfully I jarred the light, not the camera, but just making sure everything is all good. Top of the 5th brings us to the middle of the Braves order. Here's Andrew Jones. Jones tonight is 0 for 1. He flew out to left his first time up. Apier looking in at Piazza for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. 10 is a patient 53. And a patient 53 is going to be just enough for Jones to have a base hit. He'll have the first Braves hit of the evening. Infield will go to double play depth. And here's Lopez. Lopez tonight is 0 for 1. He struck out looking his first time up. Jones, not a threat to steal. He's not going to go anywhere. Apier will get the sign from Piazza. He will set, and he will pitch. Boxcars is a patient 78, and he's not that patient. 78 is going to be a fly ball into center field. Coming under that one is going to be Peyton. He will make the catch, and that will be out number 1. Brogna, now the batter. Brogna tonight is 0 for 1. Apier, no, they're not going to play small ball here. I was thinking maybe a sacrifice bunt, but not with Millwood due up. Apier will get the sign from Piazza, and he will pitch. 8, that's going to be a tough 65. And against a righty, Brogna's going to have that one for a single. Let's see what happens on the base paths. Hard grounder into right field. Runner on first advances 2 bases. So Jones is going to end up at third. And all of a sudden, we are going to have runners at the corners with 1 out. And that will be Millwood now at the plate. Millwood struck out his first time up. Infield is going to... Are they going to play in? I think they're going to play back for the double play. They're going to try to get out of the inning. Especially with Apier at the plate, Jones's run doesn't really mean anything. The infield is going to stay back. Yeah, that's what they're going to do tonight. That's what they're going to do here. The infield is going to stay back. Apier will get the sign from Piazza. Fans here at Shea Stadium hoping Apier can limit the damage. Apier will set, and he will pitch. 3. That's going to be a tough 23, and that'll help limit the damage. That's going to be a swing and a miss by Millwood for his second strikeout of the day. That is also the 5th strikeout by Apier tonight. Two down in the inning, and Furcal, now the batter. Furcal tonight is 0 for 2. 2-0 Mets, top of the 5th. Apier will get the sign from Piazza. He will set, and he will pitch. 3, that's going to be a tough 8, and that's going to be another ugly swing and a miss by Furcal, as he will go down on strikes as well, trying to do too much about tying this game, and that will instead retire the side. 2 hits, but the Braves aren't able to do anything with it. Still 2-0 Mets as we get set for the bottom of the 5th. Bottom of the fifth brings us to the bottom of the Mets order. Leading off is Apier. Apier tonight is 0 for 1. That was some horrible handwriting, but Apier did strike out tonight. Millwood will get the sign from Lopez. He will set, and he will pitch. 8. That's going to be a patient 76. I doubt Apier's that patient. He is not. That's going to be a fly ball, though, into shallow center field. Jones coming in for that one, but he'll make that catch on the run. That'll be out number 1. Infield is not a double play depth. And here's Hamilton. Hamilton tonight is 0 for 1. He reached on an error to lead off the game for the Mets. Millwood looking in at Lopez for the sign. He will set, and he will pitch. 4. That's going to be in play 9. And against a righty, Hamilton's going to get a hold of that one. He will be at second base with a 1-out double. That'll split the gap, get into center field. That'll be a double. Here's Alfonso looking to take advantage. Alfonso, though, is 0 for 2. He struck out twice tonight. Millwood looking over at Hamilton, a little bit shaken up. Hamilton waiting for the sign, waiting for the pitch. Millwood will get the sign from Lopez, and he will pitch. 7 is going to be a tough 63. And that's going to be a fly ball into right field. Getting under that one is going to be Jordan. He will make the catch. That'll be out number 2. I believe if it's a tough, reduce the runner's rating by 2 before attempting to advance. Hamilton's going to hold it second for out number 2. Here's Ventura. Ventura is 0 for 1 with a walk. Millwood trying to get out of trouble here. Millwood will get the sign from Lopez, and he will pitch. 5 is a wheelhouse 50, and a wheelhouse 50 against a righty. That's going to be a base hit for Ventura. He will have a single. Hamilton will score, and it'll be 3-0 in favor of the Mets. Stadium cheers. Yay! And here's Piazza. Last time Piazza came up in this situation was in the 4th, and he got the Mets on the board with a 2-run bomb. Let's see if Piazza can run that back. Millwood will get the sign from Lopez. Fans here at Shea Stadium giving Piazza a nice ovation. Millwood will set, and he will pitch. 5 is a wheelhouse 15, and well, looks like the ovation is earned, and he's probably going to get another one next time he comes up, because that's getting out of here with a boom! High, deep, gone. Mike Piazza does it again. 5-0 in favor of the Mets. Stadium cheer. Stadium in section 518 cheer. Yay! Zeal, now the batter. Zeal tonight is 1 for 2 with a double. We are going to get some activity in the Braves bullpen as Millwood is starting to get hammered a little bit here tonight. Getting loose in the bullpen for the Braves is going to be, they need somebody who can eat up innings. They are going to go with, let's see, the Mets have right. Actually, the Mets have right. They're going to get a lefty. The Braves are going to get Odalis Perez loosening up in the bullpen. Zeal, 1 for 2 tonight with a double. 5-0 Mets, bottom of the 5th. Millwood has got to shake that one off. He will get the sign from Lopez, and he will pitch. The only good news for the Braves is there are 2 outs in the inning, but here comes the pitch. 7, that is a tough 69, and that's going to be a ground ball over to second base. Veras will get to that one. He will make the play, and that will retire the side. But more damage done by the Mets. 3 runs on 3 hits. Another 2-run blast by Mike Piazza. It is now 5-0 Mets after 5. And once again, that is way too many 5s. Top of the 6th coming up, and we've got the top of the Braves order. If RJL was here, he'd probably be thrilled with what he's seeing tonight. Here's Veras. Veras tonight is 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. 5-0 Mets here, top of the 6th. Apier will get the sign from Piazza. He will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. 3. That's going to be a tough 86, and that's going to be a fly ball into center field. Peyton getting under that one. He will make the catch with no trouble. That is out number 1. Here's Chipper. Chipper tonight is 0 for 2. 5-0 Mets, top of the 6th. Apier will get the sign from Piazza. He will set, and he will pitch. 8. That is a tough 93. That'll be a fly ball into left field. Hamilton now will get under that one for the Mets. He will make that catch, and that's out number 2. Here's Jordan. Jordan tonight is 0 for 1. He got hit by a pitch. Apier will get the sign from Piazza. He will set. Here's the kick, and here comes the pitch. 7 is going to be an in-play 87. That'll be way too high. That's going to be grounded over to short. Picking that one up is going to be Ordonez. He will make the play over to first without any trouble. That will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Braves here in the top of the 6th. Atlanta putting up another goose egg. They've got to stop doing that if they're going to have any hope tonight because it is 5-0 Mets as we had set for the bottom of the 6th. The Braves are going to let Millwood start the inning. I'm not sure how long they're going to let him go. Perez is getting loose in the Braves bullpen. Leading off the bottom of the 6th is Peyton. Peyton tonight is 1 for 2 with a single. Millwood looking in at Lopez for the sign. He will set, and he will pitch. 9, that's an in-play 92. That'll be miles too high. That's going to get lifted into left field. Surhoff doesn't have to go too far for that one. Maybe take a couple steps to his left, but that'll fall into his glove for out number 1. Shinjo, now the batter as he takes his warm-up swings. 0 for 2 for Shinjo tonight. Millwood will get the sign from Lopez. He will set, and he will pitch. 9, that's an in-play 18, and against a righty, Shinjo will have a base hit. Infield will go to double play depth. Batter now is Ordonez. Ordonez tonight is 0 for 2. Do the Mets want to try a hit and run here? I think they are going to try the hit and run tonight. Ordonez does not have a lot of power. Hit and run is on. Millwood looking in at Lopez for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup. And here's the kick, and here's the pitch. 10, that's a ballpark check. I think ballpark is, everything gets normal. So ballpark 71 is going to be in play. And an in-play 48, that's going to be grounded over to first. I'm just going to see what happens here. Okay, all runners advances. Oh, okay, so... Right, so we're going to roll a 2d6 on the play. On a 5, batter's out at first base, all runners advance 1 base. So that'll be a G3, 2 outs in the inning. Shinjo will make second, Ordonez will make first, 2 outs in the inning. Batter now is Apier. They're going to let Apier bat. Apier tonight, though, is 0 for 2. He's struck out and flown out. Millwood will get the sign from Lopez. He will set, and he will pitch. 4, that's an in-play, I'm going to re-roll that, 10s die. That's an in-play 45. That'll be miles too high. That's going to be grounded over to third. Grabbing that is going to be Chipper. He will throw that across the diamond, and that will retire the side. 1 hit, but the Mets can't do anything with it. Still a 5-0 lead for the Mets after 6. Top of the 7th coming up brings us to the middle of the Mets order. Leading off the top of the 7th, we've got Suroff. Suroff tonight is 0 for 2. Not having a very good night at the plate. Actually, the Braves as a whole are not having a good night at the plate tonight. Apier will get the sign from Piazza. He will set, and he will pitch. 4 is going to be a patient 5, and that's going to be plenty patient for a leadoff walk for Suroff. Andrew Jones, now the batter as the infield moves to double play depth. Jones tonight is 1 for 2. He's got a single. They're going to let Jones swing away. Apier will get the sign from Piazza. He will set, and he will pitch. 5, that's going to be a tough 49, and that's going to be a called strike 3 on Jones. He will retire on strikes, 1 down in the inning. One out, and here's Lopez. Lopez tonight is 0 for 2. They're going to let Lopez swing away. Apier will get the sign from Piazza. He will set, and he will pitch. 8, that's going to be a tough 78, and that's going to be a fly ball into center field. Peyton coming under that one. We've called his name a few times tonight. He'll make the catch, and that's out number 2. Two outs, and the batter now is Brogna. Brogna tonight is 1 for 2. He's got a single. Apier will get the sign from Piazza once again. Fans here at Shea Stadium love what they see. Apier will set, and he will pitch. 7, that's going to be an in-play 72, and that's a fly ball into center field. Once again, Peyton getting his cardio in tonight. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. A leadoff walk goes to nothing for the Braves. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." I will take a small break. Don't forget, we still have Ultra Quick Baseball tonight by Downey Games after tonight's game. Our next game in the replay will be tomorrow night. We will be at Tiger Stadium in Detroit, Michigan on April 13th, 2001, as the Cleveland Indians will be visiting the 1985 American League champion Detroit Tigers. That should be a good one. This will be a good pitching matchup too. CC Sabathia is on the mound for the Indians, and Jeff Weaver's up for the Tigers. Indians, Tigers, Sabathia, Weaver. Bottom of the 7th now, and Millwood is going to come out of the game. The Braves have not gotten a good night out of him tonight. They are going to go to the bullpen. Unlike the Mets, who are very happy with what they've gotten out of Kevin Apier so far tonight. And coming in to pitch for the Braves once Digital Diamond decides it feels like cooperating with me is going to be excuse me, is going to be Odalis Perez. 7-8 with a 4.91 ERA, 95 and a third innings pitched, 108 hits, 7 homers, 39 walks, 71 strikeouts in 2001. Leading off for the Mets in the bottom of the 7th is Hamilton. Hamilton is 1 for 2 with an error, reached on an error and a double tonight. Perez trying to stop this carnage. He will get the sign from Lopez. He will set and he will pitch. 7, that's going to be a tough 75, and that's a fly ball into center field. Andrew Jones coming in for that one, but he'll make the catch with no trouble. That'll be out number 1. Here's Alfonso. Alfonso tonight is 0 for 3. He's struck out twice, and he's flown out tonight. Perez looking in at Lopez for the sign. He will set, and he will pitch. 3, that's an in-play 75, but that's going to be way too high. That'll be a fly ball into center field. That'll be Andrew Jones once again coming in to make that play. That's out number 2. And here's Ventura. Ventura tonight is 1 for 2 with a walk and an RBI single. Perez will get the sign from Lopez. He will set and he will pitch. 6, that'll be a patient 95. I doubt Ventura is that patient. He is not. That'll be a fly ball into right field. Jordan getting under that one for the Braves. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Mets here in the bottom of the 7th. Still 5-0 Mets after 7. Top of the 8th coming up, and they're going to let Perez bat. They need him to eat up some innings. So I need to get pitcher hitting card number 9 for Perez. Yeah, this game is probably lost for the Braves at this point. Although you never know. No lead is safe here on this channel. But they want to let Perez eat up a few innings. Apier will get the sign from Piazza, and he will pitch. Snake Eyes is a defense check. We're looking at an error on the third baseman. Ventura is the third baseman. His error rating is a 3. That's a 27. He is going to make an error. That'll be a 1-base error. So Perez will find himself on with a leadoff single. Or with a leadoff error, I should say. Apier looking over at Ventura like, what are you doing over there? The infield will move to double play depth. And here's Furcal. Furcal tonight is 0 for 3. The Braves aren't going to get cute here. Down 5 runs. Excuse me. Apier will get the sign from Piazza, and he will pitch. 7 is an in-play 7, and against a righty, Furcal's going to get into 1. That's going to be a double. Runners advance 2 bases. That'll be a deep drive off the wall in left and right field. Wow. All of a sudden, here come the Braves. We're going to get some... Well, let's get the next batter set up, as next batter is Veras. Veras today is 0 for 2 with a walk. The infield's going to play in, and we're going to get some activity in the Mets bullpen. As coming in, as starting to get loose for the Mets, is going to be... The Mets are going to get... In case they need to stop this, they're going to get the closer, Armando Benitez, warming up. The Mets, I don't think, want any funny business tonight. And the infield is in to try to stop anything from happening. Apier looking in at Piazza for the sign. He will set, and he will pitch. 5. That's going to be a tough 51, and a called strike 3 on Veras as a changeup slips by him for strike 3. That is out number 1. One out, and the batter now is Chipper. Chipper tonight is 0 for 3. The Braves would like to run his stat line through the wood chipper tonight. Apier will get the sign from Piazza. Fans here at Shea Stadium on their feet, hoping for a big-time pitch from Apier. Apier will set, and he will pitch. 11 is a wheelhouse check, 74. That's going to be enough to be a base hit, as Jones is going to bring in at least 1 run. That's all he's going to bring in. That'll be a... Actually, hold on. Yeah, that's going to be a base hit, actually. So that'll be a line drive into center field. That'll bring in a run. That'll bring in for... Actually, that not for call. That'll bring in Perez. And we're going to end up with runners at the corners with 1 out. But the shutout is now gone, as it is now 5-1 in favor of the Mets. Stadium groans. Ugh. And here's Jordan. Jordan tonight is 0 for 2, but he's been hit by a pitch. The infield. Ooh, what does the infield do here? With the runner at first, do they go for the double play here? And I think the answer is yes. They're going to try. They're going to play the infield back and try to turn 2 to get out of the inning. The Mets would rather have the inning over than the run. They'll concede the run to try to get the double play. Apier looking in at Piazza for the sign. Benitez continuing to throw for the Mets. Apier will set, and he will pitch. Snake Eyes is a defense check. Uh-oh. Range on the pitcher. Apier's range is an F. Uh-oh, this could be big-time trouble. He's got it, though. What a play by Apier. That's going to be a ground ball for a fielder's choice. And because so Jones is going to get thrown out. Call will score. Jordan will make third. 2 outs in the inning. So that's going to be a G1-3. Yep, so Jones will be out. 2 outs in the inning, but Call will score. 5-2 in favor of the Mets. So that was a G1. That was a G1-4. Right, they took the fielder's choice. So bear with me for a second while I get this all sorted out. Digital Diamond being a little... Well, actually it's more like me being a pain in Digital Diamond's backside. G1-4, that's what happened. So it is 5-2 Mets, and the batter now is Suroff. Suroff tonight is 0 for 2 with a walk. Apier trying to get out of the inning so he can turn this over to Benitez in the 9th. Apier will get the sign from Piazza, and he will pitch. 11 is a wheelhouse check. 10 as well. This game just got very interesting with a boom! High, deep, gone! Home run, B.J. Suroff. Wow! 5-4 in favor of the Mets. Stadium barfs. Bleh. Batter now is Jones, and that is going to be it for Apier. He is going to come out of the game having almost blown this game. Wow. Stadium and Section 518 barf. Bleh. They cannot believe what they've seen here tonight. And coming in to pitch for the Mets, trying to get a 4-out save. Once Digital Diamond decides it feels like cooperating with me tonight, is going to be Armando Benitez, 6-4 with a 3.77 ERA and 43 saves. 76 and a third innings pitched, 59 hits, 12 homers, 40 walks, 93 strikeouts in 2001. The Mets are asking for a 4-out save from Benitez. He will get the sign from Piazza. Fans here at Shea Stadium cannot believe what they've seen. Benitez will set, and he will pitch. 6. That's going to be a patient 25, and of course the first thing he does is walk the tying run onto the plate, or onto the first. Holy cow. The Mets are going to Met tonight, apparently. Lopez, now the batter. Lopez tonight is 0 for 3. Benitez, watching it maybe in the middle of a Met collapse here. He will get the sign from Piazza, and he will pitch. 6. That is a patient 91, and that's going to be a ground ball over to short. Ordonez has it. He will come up, throw it over to first, and that will... Where was our second out? Oh, yes. 2 outs. That'll retire the side, actually, but the Braves storm right back into this game. 4 runs on 3 hits, a walk, and an error, and all of a sudden, we've got a game here. 5-4 Mets as we get set for the bottom of the 8th. Stadium in Section 518 are stunned at what they see here tonight. They were feeling mighty happy coming into this inning, and now I think every one of them is biting their fingernails at this point. Bottom of the 8th, we'll bring Piazza to the batter's box. Piazza has been on fire tonight. 2 for 3 with 2 2-run blasts. The Mets would love for him to hit another one here, even though it would be a solo shot. But the Mets could use some insurance. Perez will get the sign from Lopez. He will set, and he will pitch. 7 is going to be a tough 86, and that's going to be grounded over to short. For Call, we'll get to that one with no trouble. He will make the play over to first, out number 1. And here's Zeal. Zeal tonight is 1 for 3 with a double. Mets came into the 8th, leading 5-0. Now they need some insurance. Perez will get the sign from Lopez, and he will pitch. 4 is an in-play 63, and that'll be grounded over to second. Veras will get to that one with no problem. He will make the play over to first. That is out number 2. Peyton, now the batter. Peyton is 1 for 3 with a single. He's been busy in the field tonight, though. Perez looking in at Lopez for the sign. He will set, and he will pitch. 6, that's going to be a patient 19, and Peyton will extend the inning with a 2-out walk. Peyton representing a huge insurance run, but there are 2 outs in the inning. Batter now is Shinjo. Shinjo is 1 for 3 with a single. Perez will get the sign from Lopez. He will set, and he will pitch. 3, that's an in-play 22, and against a righty, or against a lefty, that's going to be a base hit by Shinjo. We'll see how many bases they advance. Peyton taking off. He is actually going to score because I do extra base runner advancement. It is now 6-4 in favor of the Braves, or in favor of the Mets. Stadium cheers. Yay! As Peyton's going to turn on the Jets, he will come all the way around. He will score. Batter now is Ordonez. Hold on. Actually, I think I've got to do it this way. So that's got to be 1, I think that's got to be 1B star star star. So we should end up with Peyton scoring. Yep, there we go. Got it. And now Ordonez in the batter's box. That is a huge insurance run if you're a Mets fan. Perez will get the sign from Lopez. He will set, and he will pitch. 10, that's a ballpark check. 9 is wheelhouse. Oh boy. That's a 27, and against a righty, that's going to be a base hit. And once again, Shinjo now turning on the Jets. He will come all the way around. He will score. And it is now 7-4 in favor of the Mets. Stadium cheers. Yay! And they're going to let Benitez bat off of pitcher hitting card 3 because they want Benitez to try to finish this game. Perez will get the sign from Lopez. He will set, and here comes the pitch. 8. That's a tough 87, and that'll be it. Called strike 3 on Benitez. He will retire, and that will retire the side. But what an inning for the Mets. 2 huge insurance runs on 2 hits and a walk. It is now 7-4 Mets as we get set for the top of the ninth. But we have the age-old question to answer of, will we see some 9th inning magic? I know the Stadium and Section 518, they want to see all of the 9th inning magic. They hope they've secretly got magicians in the Atlanta dugout as ID Jester now joins us here at Shea Stadium, and yep, we've got a good one. You actually missed quite a game here in the last couple of innings, Jester. The Mets were leading 5-0 heading into the top of the 8th before the Braves almost stormed all the way back. But Benitez managed to slam the door here. Brogna now stepping into the batter's box for the Braves. Brogna is 1 for 3. We're going to get some activity in the Mets bullpen, or in the Braves bullpen, just in case they're able to extend the inning, as they're going to get... Who are they going to get warming up? They're going to get... We'll worry about the Braves bullpen if they're able to extend the inning. But Benitez now trying to protect a 3-run lead. Actually, we are going to have to worry about that because the pitcher's spot is due up second in the inning. They're going to get, let's see, who would be due up? Left, right, left. They're going to get Mike Remlinger warming up. Benitez will get the sign from Piazza. He will set, and he will pitch. 3, that's going to be a tough 68, and that's going to be a leadoff signal by Brogna. He will have a leadoff base hit. And suddenly, once again, Shea Stadium starting to get nervous. Perez will come out of the game. The Braves are going to go to the bench. I put the Braves bench up here. They are going to bring in their best batter, their best pinch hitter. As coming into pinch hit for the Braves is going to be Wes Helms. 5 home runs, 14 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. His job is to get on base and or get Brogna home. Benitez's job is to shut that nonsense down. Benitez will get the sign from Piazza. He will set, and he will pitch. 10, that is a tough 37, and that's going to be a swing and a miss by Helms. Strike 3 for out number 1. Batter now is for call. For call tonight is 1 for 3 or 1 for 4, but that 1 was a double. Brogna could potentially try to steal here, or do they want to try a hit and run? No, they're not going to try a hit and run here in the 9th. Benitez will get the sign from Piazza. He will set, and he will pitch. 6. That is a patient 35. And for call against a right, he's going to get a hold of that one. That'll get into the outfield. That's going to be a double. Deep drive to center field, one hops the wall. All runners score. So that's a D. That'll be a D8. So a second double by Furcal in the game. That'll bring Brogna in. And it is now 7-5 in favor of the Mets. Or in favor of the Mets. Stadium groans. Ugh. Here's Veras. And still, actually we do have one out in the inning. Veras, now the batter. He is the tying run all of a sudden. Veras, though, is 0 for 3 with a walk. Benitez will get the sign from Piazza. He will set, and he will pitch. 8. That'll be a tough 17. That'll be a swing and a miss for Veras. Out number 2. And the last chance for the Braves comes to Chipper Jones. Jones tonight is 1 for 4 with a single. Fans here at Shea Stadium on their feet, hoping Benitez can shut Jones down. We will find out if he's able to do that soon enough. The Braves dugout is on their feet. Benitez will get the sign from Piazza. He will set. Fans here at Shea Stadium hoping Benitez can finish this game right here. Benitez will set. Here's the kick, and here comes the pitch. 4 is a ballpark check. 52. Jones is batting lefty. That's in play. And a 66 is going to be a fly ball into right field. Getting under that one is going to be Shinjo. He takes a couple steps to his right, puts out his glove, blop, and the ball falls into it. That's your game. The New York Mets hold on in a rush from the Braves as they take this one by a final score of 7-5. Stadium cheers. Yay! Final line score coming up. For the Mets, 7 runs on 9 hits and 1 error. For the Braves, 5 runs on 7 hits and 1 error. Winning pitcher tonight is going to be Kevin Appier. He will pick up the win. Kevin Millwood takes the loss, and Armando Benitez will end up with the save. But, as you guys well know, we are not done yet. We've still got Ultra Quick Baseball by Downey Games, but as usual, I'm going to do cleanup first. I also have a product unboxing after final score is done tonight, so stay tuned to the channel for that as well. The Mets almost met it in this one, but they managed to hold on. And get 2 huge runs in the bottom of the 8th to hold on for a 7-5 victory. But they still had to hold on through a scary situation. At least scary if you're a Mets fan. So the Mets get this game in the books by a final score, by a final score of 7-5 over the Braves. But let's see how the rest of the majors fared in this one, as we have Ultra Quick Baseball by Downey Games. First up here on April 9th, we've got the Indians and the White Sox. Indians, J56, that is 4. White Sox, Q33, that is also 4. We've got a pressure situation. Indians roll a J62, that'll score them a run. White Sox are an H52, they will also score a run. We are going to extras. Indians roll a 6, plus 1 is 7. White Sox roll a 6, also plus 1 is 7. By virtue of home field, that'll be a win for the White Sox in extras. Yankees and the Royals. Yankees, N52 is 4. Royals, Q62, Q62 is 7. That'll be a win for Kansas City. Tigers and the Twins are both Ps. Tigers roll a 24, that is 3. Twins roll a 25, that is also 3. Pressure situations all around. Tigers roll an A34, they can't do anything with it. The Twins can't do anything with an I-36 either. They will go to extras. Tigers roll a 1, plus 2 is 3. Twins roll a 1, also plus 2 is 3. By virtue of home field, that'll be a win for the Twins. Cubs and the Expos. Cubs, O35, that is 4. Expos, P61, that is 6. Montreal takes that win. Marlins at the Phillies are both R's. Marlins roll a 65. They wanted that game. That is 9. Phillies didn't with a 21. That is 3. The Marlins will take that game. Reds and the Pirates. Reds, L52. L52 is 4. Pirates, M24. That is 2. That game belongs to the Reds as they double up the Pirates. Rockies and the Cardinals. Rockies, W11 is 1. Cardinals, O45. That is 4. That game goes to the Cardinals. Devil Rays and the Blue Jays. Devil Rays didn't want this game, apparently. N11 is 0. Blue Jays, M42. That is 4. The Blue Jays will shut out the Devil Rays. Jester, you may want to go have a talk with your Devil Rays. Rangers and the Angels. Rangers, S64. That is 9. Angels, J56 is probably going to be less than 9. That is 4. That'll be a win for the Rangers. Dodgers, actually April 10th. Dodgers and the Diamondbacks. Dodgers, S12. S12 is 2. Diamondbacks, S24. That is 4. The Diamondbacks will double up the Dodgers. Orioles and the Red Sox. Orioles, O61 is 6. Red Sox, P15, that is 3. The Orioles will double up the Bo Sox. Indians and the White Sox. Indians, S32, that is 4. White Sox, Q45, that is 5. That'll be a win for the Pale Hose. Yankees and the Royals. Yankees, N26 is 3. Royals, Q13, that is 2. That's a win for the Yankees. Astros and the Brewers. Astros, P61 is 6. Brewers, Q15, that is 3. And the Astros double up the beer makers. Tigers and the Twins are both P's. Tigers roll a 66, that is 9. Twins roll a 22, that's going to be less than 9, that'll be 3. That'll be a win for the Kitty Cats. Cubs and the Expos. Cubs 036, that is a big game for the Cubs. -66 minus 5 columns. So they started on 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're rolling on column J now. And a 23 is 2. Expos. P61, that is 6. Montreal will take that win. Mariners and the Athletics. Mariners. W11 is 1. We have some W teams roll terribly tonight. Athletics. X64, that is 9. And the Athletics are going to beat up on the Mariners. Marlins and the Phillies are both R's. Marlins roll a 33, that is 4. Phillies roll an 11, that is 1. The Marlins will beat up on the Phillies. Giants and the Padres. Giants, 011 is 0. Padres, R22 is 3. That'll be a win for the Friars. Devil Rays and the Blue Jays. Devil Rays, N41 is 4. Blue Jays, M16 is 2. That'll be a win for the Devil Rays. Rangers and the Angels. Rangers, S41 is 5. Angels, J34, that is 3. That'll be a win for the Rangers. Dodgers and the Diamondbacks are both S's. Dodgers roll a 41, that is 5. Diamondbacks roll a 24, that is 4. That'll be a win for the Blue Bombers. Orioles and the Red Sox. Orioles, 056, that is 5. Red Sox, P32, that is 4. That'll be a win for the Birdies. Indians and the White Sox. Indians, S11, that is 1. White Sox, Q33, that is 4. That'll be another win for the Pale Hose. Yankees and the Royals. Yankees, N14 is 2. Royals, Q64, that is 8. And that'll be a win for Kansas City. Astros and the Brewers. Astros, P35. P35 is 4. Brewers, Q53. That is 5. And the beer makers beat the space goers. Tigers and the Twins are both P's. Tigers roll a 16. That is 3. Twins roll a 35. That is 4. That'll be a win for the Twins. Cubs and the Expos. Cubs, 061 is 6. Expos, P46. That is 5. That'll be another win for the Baby Bears. Braves and the Mets. Braves look like they're going to get some revenge here. Q61 is 7. Mets, P54. P54 is 5. And yep, that will be a win for the Braves. By the same score the Mets just beat them by on the board. Mariners and the Athletics. Mariners, W32 is 5. Athletics, X51 is 8, and that'll be a win for Oakland. Reds and the Pirates. Reds, L66 is 8. Pirates, M14 M14 is 2, and another game belongs to the Reds. Giants and the Padres. Giants, 051 is 5. Padres, R11 is 1, and the Giants get a win. Rockies and the Cardinals. Colorado, W15 is 4. St. Louis, 064, that is 7, and the Cardinals get a win. Devil Rays and the Blue Jays. Devil Rays, N35 is 3. Blue Jays, M13 is 1. The Devil Rays will get that win. On to April 12th. Rangers and the Angels. As Lower Slower Board Gamer now joins us here for Ultra Quick Baseball. Rangers and the Angels. Rangers, S46 is 5. Angels, J41 is 3. That'll be another win for the Rangers. Dodgers and the Diamondbacks are both S's. Dodgers roll a 16. That is 3. Diamondbacks roll a 31. That is 4. And the Snakes will pick up a win over the Blue Bombers. Orioles and the Red Sox. Wow. Orioles, 013 is 2. Red Sox, P11 is 0. Another win for the Brown Birds. Indians and the Tigers. Indians, N65 is 8. Tigers, actually that was P65, actually. P65, yeah, that is 8. Tigers, N33, that is 3. 8, 3, that's a win for the Indians. Astros and the Brewers. Astros, P64 is 7. Brewers, Q21 is 3. And this time the Space Goers get the better of the Beer Makers. Braves and the Mets. Braves, Q36 is 4. Mets, P46 is 5. That'll be another win for the Metropolitans. Mariners and the Athletics. Mariners, W14. W's are doing terrible tonight, is 4. Athletics, X46. That is 8. That's a win for the Athletics. Reds and the Pirates. Reds look like they don't want one here. L14, that is 2. Pirates, M25, that is 3, just barely, but the Pirates will get to hang the Jolly Roger. Giants and the Padres. Giants, 036 is a big game. $34 is going to send them all the way to column A. Ouch. The Giants laid an egg tonight. A 12, yeah, they really laid an egg. That's literally a goose egg. Padres, R62, not the roll you want to see if you're a goose egg fan, is 8, and the Pirates and the Padres will blow out the Giants. Rockies and the Cardinals. Rockies, W65, that is 10. Cardinals, 035, that is 4. That'll be a win for the Rockies, and that is your Ultra Quick Baseball by Downey Games. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Pirates over the Reds. Eat that, Philip. Fight nice in the comments, you lovebirds. Anyway, before we sign off tonight, as I promised, we do have a delivery product unboxing of some stuff that just came in. So let me go ahead and bring in my Amazon box. And we'll take a look at what I've got here. a little too tight, but I think we got it here. There we go. We were greeted by void fill as usual, but the first thing we're greeted by is another potential apron I could wear for Mystical Munchies. This one says, with a natural 20, if you can't take the heat, don't poke the dragon. A kind of a D&D nerd cookbook. Although, in the last RPG I played for the year, which was Dragonbane by Free League Publishing, I think that might be the only game where a nat 20 is actually a very bad thing. Because you basically, in that game, if you roll a natural 20, you get an extra penalty. Also in here, we've got the Volume 2 of the Ultimate Final Fantasy XIV Cookbook. So something else I could dig into for Mystical Munchies. But that'll do it for tonight's block of Payoff Pitch Baseball. As for what we've got coming up on the channel, I'm actually going to try this apron on real quick. It's going to need a little bit of loosening so I can get it over my fat head. Loosening, not... Come on. There we go. Just trying this on. You may see this on the channel tomorrow. You may see this apron on the channel tomorrow. I haven't decided yet. Anyway, speaking of on the channel, tomorrow we are actually starting Mystical Munchies out of the official frozen cookbook, as we'll be making the appetizer, Cool as a Cucumber Salad with Dill. Tomorrow night, we'll be at Tiger Stadium in Detroit, Michigan, as the Detroit Tigers will be taking on the Cleveland Indians. CC Sabathia will be going for the Indians, and Jeff Weaver will be going for the Tigers, as the Tigers and Jeff Weaver make their first appearance on the channel since the 2001 demo game. Sunday morning, we'll be starting the winter campaign in Arkham Horror the card game with the first scenario of the Drowned City campaign, as we'll be looking into One Last Job. Wednesday next week, we'll be stepping back into the background campaign for Hero Realms. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone. The New York Mets hold off a furious rush from the Atlanta Braves to take this game by a final score of 7-5. Once again, take care, and I will see you guys tomorrow.